Hey, you see Mike on there? Well, you saw him briefly. Where he's having some technical difficulties. This is Tim Rogers. Mike Salas will be on with us in a minute. We are getting started. We have an opponent, and it is the Milwaukee Brewers. There he is. How about now?
I'm good.
There you go. We good. We are live and in charge. All right. Yeah, the chat kind of went nuts already. All right. I like it.
Nice.
Let's go. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the Brewers are not the team I wanted, and one of the reasons was because of home field advantage. I love home field advantage. What are your thoughts, Brewers?
Brewers, I'm good with it. I completely agree. Home field advantage would have been great. That's why I was kind of hoping for the Cubs more than anything because they would have been coming to Dodger Stadium to start off the series. But you know, um, kind of like we were talking about before we started the stream, the Phillies kind of scared me more than anybody who's left in the field, and I think it's going to be a good series. But I'm not in some ways I'm not too worried about it. I don't base my stuff off of the regular season. It's a whole brand new season. We have a totally different team than when they played during the regular season, and this is reminding me of exactly of 2024.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. That's for sure. And fortunately for the Dodgers, they got an extra couple days rest.
Mhm.
Matters. That definitely matters. And I did put a prediction on to the internet machine on X before we got on. I said Shohei Ohtani is going to hit count them, 4 home runs in this series. He is going to emerge. So I'm ready for it. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
why not our guys? And these guys, the Dodgers didn't even play to their potential at all during with the Phillies. Now, could some of it is, of course, hey, there's some really good pitching going on.
Very good pitching.
It's like, holy smokes. And so you got to respect that. Um, and I
Mhm.
do. Just flat out, I respect the heck out of it. Um, so I'm not, you know, I think the Brewers have some good pitching. I think their bullpen's better. It's nice to see their closer have to get 6 outs today. I'm
Mhm.
very happy with that. So we can celebrate that a little bit. Um, Yeah, it's time to get rolling. Fortunately, so we got game 1 and game 2 in Milwaukee. That's Monday and Tuesday. And then I
Okay.
think we have games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Los Angeles. Let's hope the Dodgers finish the job by then.
Mhm.
Um let's see. I'm going to look at going Wednesday or Thursday. We'll
Well, let
see.
me let me know and I'll get a ticket and meet you there.
Okay. Um Got to figure it out. Got a couple things that I got to do, but I think well, it depends on game times. Got to be
Yes.
honest with you. I've got like Wednesday, I've got someone coming. Oh man, that's between 1 or 11 and 2, so that won't work. For air conditioning stuff. And then Thursday, I got a meeting with Bulb from Speaker's Corner to talk about his YouTube channel. If you have the guts, go look up Bob of Speaker's Corner. He's my friend
Mhm.
from England. Um, and that's it, I think, at 11. So I might be able to make that. Hey, Max Bay's in the house, man. Nice. Dodger employee. I love it. Good to see you, Max. So Max has got a really cool story. He was an ex guy. He was on
Mm.
Twitter a lot. And then I think he was even he did some Dodgers Nation stuff in terms of being prominent on their channel, and then he got hired by the Astros, helped them win a World Series, and then came to the Dodgers and helped them win a World Series. So hopefully now it'll be 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to see you, Max. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Everyone's got to be fired up, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited about this. I got to be honest with you. I'm like, I don't even know what to say now because now it's real. We got somebody to play. Um, There's our live stream looking good. And
And,
just
you know, and like I was saying, this has just got 2024 written all over it. The Dodgers Padres was basically the World Series last year. You know, Dodgers Phillies was basically the World Series this year.
yeah.
The two best teams in all of MLB in 2024 and in 2025 just played each other. And whoever's going to win those games, in my prediction and a lot of people's, that's going to be the team that's going to win the World Series.
Yeah. Let's hope so. I think that yeah, the Brewers they're just a different type of team. They're scrappy. They do everything. They do nothing in terms of like offense and all that. They don't do anything awesome. I mean,
Mhm.
they just don't have a ton of where you go, oh my gosh, this guy would just make the Dodgers so much better, other than of course Jackson Chirios. But you know, you got to play the game, and the Dodgers
Yep.
got to play the game. They got to pitch, they got to catch the ball, but most importantly, if the Dodgers hit the ball, it's over.
Yeah.
Because I love our starting pitching. This is a legendary, in my opinion, starting rotation. Um, Let me know when you want to start previewing, because I'm kind of
I'm
fired
I'm
up for it, man.
I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. So I already pulled up. This is Blake Snell versus the Brewers lifetime. So, and this is all regular season. I get it. They're 5 for 33 against him. He is my game one.
Yes.
No doubt in my mind. Let's see. The pitching matchups will be interesting to see what happens. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain where I got to do this stuff, but then I'm going to go Yosh. Oop, gosh darn it, control. I'm acting like it's a Windows machine. Well, because that's what I do. Like at work, it's almost always Windows. And then it goes to the Phillies for some reason, even though they're playing the Brewers. Even though I asked for the Brewers.
Yeah.
So Yosh, he only had that 2/3 of an inning, and he was absolutely horrid. he had like some tough luck at the beginning of the inning and totally unraveled. And Andrew Vaughn hit that 3-run shot off of him. And that was in Milwaukee. So that's the only time they've seen him. So in some ways you go, hey, that might be good because, hear me out, because they haven't seen him that much. They saw him at his worst.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's see.
And the thing about Yamamoto, he remembers those things and he plans for those things. And then he builds his game against what he did wrong and how he's going to execute his pitches the next time that he comes up against a team that he didn't do very well. It's just same thing with the Padres. They shelled him, when he first got into the league. When it came down into, later in the year, he made his adjustments and he pretty much shut him down.
Yep. Well, here they are against the Brewers. Wait, I don't have our beautiful faces on here. Is it that? No, I don't want that one. We'll go with, no, I don't like that either. Let's go this one. That's the one.
There it is.
Yeah. So Glasnow, 71 at bats, only 10 hits, 3 home runs. Those are both by Danny Jansen. I think he's their backup catcher.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not worried about that. I'm going to pull up my little spreadsheet for the pitching, because now we're seeing talking about pitching rotations also. Well, we'll go there later.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I completely agree with that. No name.
What do you say?
He says, I didn't want the Cubs because I didn't want Michael Bush to totally destroy us. I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more.
Good for Michael Bush, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he had just amazing. He was amazing. Oh wow, they actually got to the Brewers this time. Oh, I want his batting. Hold on.
That's the guy that needs to get on. Right there.
Brewers hitters. Oh, he has to be that guy that they go, oh, this is hitting. I don't want his hitting. because he's weird.
He's going to start game 1, isn't he?
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to go with Snell. That's to me. Blake Snell is the safe bet.
Yeah.
Okay, here they are. Yeah, I got it right. Okay. So, no, that's his hitting still. Dang it. I'm not going to get his pitching, I guess. Let me I would really like that. Oh, geez. You get made MLB and everyone, you're jacked up. Let's see if I can find another one. Stat Muse. Yeah, that's his hitting. Oh, jeez. Guys are fools. Oh, man. Let's see if we can go game. Did he pitch? He didn't pitch against them this year, did he?
No.
Okay. So he may not have even pitched against them. So I'm going to not worry about that, which is a good, and it's a good thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton Kershaw. Now I started going alphabetical after Kershaw because it's like, okay, we're good on all this stuff. So Clayton, that's the Phillies. Let's get the Brewers out here. So they OPS 696 against them. Yelich is the guy by far with the most against him. He's done okay against him. It's William Contreras is a real problem. That's for sure. Andrew Vaughn also. I mean, what a pickup that guy was. Man, they just nailed that one.
Yeah.
Let's see if Emmett Sheehan has any stuff against the
I don't think he does, because that's when he was going through his rehab.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that's when he went back to Oklahoma.
Yeah, unless it was 2023 or something. Very little. But 7 for 13 against them. I don't know when that was, but that's not very good. But again, it's very small sample size, but that's not I don't like that. Let's get to the relievers here. Sheehan is one of them. I'm a little concerned that Sheehan has not really adjusted to pitching out of the bullpen yet.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think they really need that.
Yeah.
Nando, I think Kershaw, I mean, Doc, he even said it, Kershaw's even willing to just eat innings. So he is the more effective Brent Honeywell. Well, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Bonda. So, they're 4 for 24 against him. That's good. That's what we want to see. We want to see some good stuff. So I got Benny Caps on the list. These are, it doesn't mean that these guys are going to be part of the roster, but it's possible because the Dodgers are going to add a pitcher. And I don't know if they're going to keep Robleski on there. That's a great question that I would have kind of hope for his sake that they do. But, oh, come on, don't give me the ads. Oh, and there they do that stupid thing again. I just wonder if they think Benny Caps has his stuff back. Because
I'm sure he's in Arizona and they're working on him.
He's with the team.
Oh, is he?
I've seen him in the dugout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they do though. They'll be working with him there.
Yeah.
So not so good there. Jack Dreyer, the guy that we just all kind of don't think about until he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and does really well. What a great season for that kid, man. Look at overall 2.95 ERA, 74 Ks, 4 saves. What a season.
He's doing good.
Give me the Phillies again. Jesus, stupid. ESPN. Thing is, ESPN does have the easiest way to get to these stats. So against Jack Dreyer, they are 0 for 14 versus Jack Dreyer. There's your closer. Jeez.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Edgardo, I don't know if Edgardo makes it, but I'm going to put him in here just in case. Maybe they think there's a really great matchup. Yeah, it's too bad they traded Nestor Cortez to the. Nope, nothing. Oh wait, traded Nestor Cortez. So I even have Andrew Heaney in here. You just never know what the Dodgers do.
Yeah,
They might do something very weird. They put it this way: they didn't sign that guy for no reason. He'll be
coming in
there's
for
always
something.
a reason. Let's see. These guys being funny in there.
Just don't. I forgot how much I hated the Phillies before the division.
So Andrew Heaney, Brewers lifetime pretty much lit him up. So I don't expect Andrew Heaney on this roster based on the history here. And I didn't expect him anyway, but like I said, I am putting people down. I have Will Klein to take a look at because that dude looked really good, and I think we might need some right-handed pitching.
Yeah.
Let's see. Against the Brewers, he actually has a little bit. Oh, not so good. Let me see. Let me get so Churio and Contreras are the big righties. Well, and so is Andrew Vaughn. But then they got some lefties. I think who else is a righty? I'm gonna have to look at that in a minute. I think I'm missing a player on there. Let's see, Roki Sasaki. I don't know if he ever pitched against them. I doubt it.
No.
That would have had to be in the beginning of the season. But no, he still was with the team. And hopefully the future Roki of the year, D-Mac. Let's see. Did he have any? Nope.
No.
Oh, that's still Phillies, though. Oh, no, that's
Brewers.
Yep. Roki says, I still can't believe how good he became. All right, Blake Trinan. This is this is where you just go, man, we really need another right-hander. I mean, it's just like, holy smokes. I still Roki not facing the Brewers is an advantage. Absolutely.
Yeah, but their scouts, they have him, like, I don't want to say they have him figured out, but they got a pretty good idea of what he's doing, especially with everything that all the information he's given up, over, those past few games or series that the Dodgers been in, where he's just come in and completely dominated. But, you can have all the stats and you can have all the, the cards coming out of your back pocket or your hat, on what it is, it's just like, if Sasaki's on, you're not going to hit him.
Spelled Vespa. Vesia. We know that Alex Vesia will be pitching in this series. Thank goodness we have him for the NLCS this year. That's the Phillies again. Gosh darn it. See, I know Trinan gets a lot of crap, but if we look at it this way, 4 of his last 5 starts were good. And are the Brewers much better hitters than the Reds? Maybe a little bit. Plus, they get the bat on the ball.
Oh, they're definitely a better hitting team than the Reds. They actually put the ball in play.
Yeah,
this series, it just seems like they've been, crushing home runs but the Cubs were just throwing meat pitches out there for them to crush. So
yeah. Well, I mean, with the Cubs, they had a dead bullpen, and their starters weren't very good in the first place. When Jameson, Tyone, and Imanaga are your number 1 and 2, I mean, that's not very good.
Well, and then they took them to 5 games.
Yeah, Ryan R, I think, is correct here. I don't think Rushing will be on the roster. There's no point unless Will Smith is still hurt. But look at Vesia versus the Brewers, 3 of 22. I got Robleski. I think he faced them. I thought he had a good one against them, but my memory.
No, I think Vesia has gotten some needed rest. For the last couple days. Because they've had some off days. They're not going to be playing till Monday, and they'll probably be flying out tonight or tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah,
tomorrow morning, and I think
I
Dusty
think
has got some
yeah.
much needed rest to where he's able to, calm himself down and reevaluate, and the pitching staff is reevaluating with him, because he's been the workhorse, all season
Mhm.
long, for the Dodgers bullpen. So, he's probably a little bit worn out, but I kind of agree a little bit with it, but I think he's going to come through.
Yeah. So Robleski not 3 for 8. That's not very pretty. I have a feeling it was one bad one and one good one is what kind of happened. Maybe. Oops. Let's see. Let me get Kirby Yates in there. I don't think he'll be a possibility, but I'm throwing it out there. I mean, he just never. He after like April, he never found it again.
Yeah.
It's a real bummer because Dodgers were heavily counting on that guy. Ah, look at that career too. He's got a lot of really good career against these guys. Oh, is Sal Frelick a lefty? I'm just pulling that up real quick. Sal Frelick bats left, and then I'm going to take a quick look at their main guys. Caleb Durbin, he's our third baseman. He's a righty. So they got to get some more righties. They have to.
hmm
They just have to.
In my opinion, no name. I'm going to say that the Phillies, because their pitching was much better than the Padres were. The bats, were just as good as the Padres, but the Phillies pitching, starting pitching, bullpen, you know, was what is way better in my opinion than the Padres last year.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with the Padres, they matched up really well, and they'd had a really good season against the Dodgers, and they were super confident. And then the emotional baggage of that team, man, that is a rough team. All right, here we go. Now I get to go to a Shohei with his hitting. Watch it to show me the pitching. So he had, oh man, in 34 at bats, he has 7 home runs. I don't remember. So we're not going to see Grant Anderson. He did hit one off the Miz. That's right. And he's hit 2 off of Peralta, 333. We'll see Peralta probably game 2 is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The one and only Mr. Rortvet. I'm not seeing much. We won't see much of him if what's his name is going. Oh, that's the Phillies, of course. They keep doing that to me. Phillies need more Hispanic guys. Isn't like Schwarber about the closest thing they got? I don't know, man. So he hasn't done much. He hasn't really played much against them. I wasn't not surprised. I think
He
Dalton
hasn't
Rushing actually has a couple at bats against them.
he
Again,
hasn't done much against any team.
yeah, I don't see Dalton having and I don't see Dalton making this team. Unless, like I said, unless they really feel they need it. Let's see, Dalton Rushing.
And that's my thing, Norm, is I think Otani's gonna be one of the key pieces for this
Yes, dude.
series. If he's not hitting and he's just striking out the way that he did the last series against the Phillies, you know, the Dodgers have proved that they can win without his bat in the lineup, especially last year during the World Series when he was hurt. But we don't want to go through that once again. We want to be able to have all 6 cylinders running,
Be nice.
and
I
and every,
prefer 8.
yeah, and just everybody's not totally crushing, but they're doing their part. If Otani gets up there and does a leadoff home run, in the very first inning, or he hits a line drive into the gap or down the line, for a double to make a score, he needs to hit, and he needs to put that ball in play, and he needs to move runners around. And, if there's a runner in scoring position and, he wants to go out there and, knock it out of the ballpark, then do that. But at least put the ball in play.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't look so bad. Do it. I mean, he just looks it's not like his at bats weren't even competitive.
No.
That was the thing. I mean, that's the disturbing part about it. All right, so Will Smith against the Brewers, pretty good. Let's see how Dookie Butts did.
Well, not only that, Noah, you know, our pitch that was before our rotation was healthy, but also our the
Mo-
bats too.
Mookie
You
was
know,
not Mookie.
yeah, Mookie Betts was not Mookie. Freddie Freeman was not Freddie. The top three guys, just weren't there. So
Yeah, regretfully, Freddie Freeman wasn't Freddie Freeman last series either. No RBIs.
yeah.
Um, so Mookie's done good. I mean, if they dare to pitch Quintana, I know he did well against the Dodgers in the regular season. The Dodgers have destroyed that guy twice in the postseason. Kike Hernandez himself in 2017, and then they destroyed him last year when he was with the Mets. So Mookie's, not too bad, not great, that's for sure. What's against Peralta? Not good against Peralta, that's for sure. Tommy Tanks. Wish there was a nice easy drop down ESPN, but you guys don't even like baseball anymore, so I guess I get it. All right, here we go. Tommy Tanks. Not a bad career. Well, he played against him a lot because Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
So decent against Peralta. 271 overall. He's got a hit against Uribe. I'm going to just drop into Uribe just on a different window real quick. Yeah, he threw a lot of unfortunately, quite a few pitches today. Let's see how many did he throw? Recent games doesn't show. Terrible statistics, folks. Come on. They didn't have the latest. He's only 25. So, some of these guys, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be different. Now it's the NLCS, and you're going against a team, unlike the Cubs, that has been there, done that, and really did it recently. So, this Dodgers are a different breed. Brewers, okay. Freddie, not so good. I'm always looking at Peralta, not so good. Yeah, the Miz only had that one game against the Dodgers. He looked really good, but
He definitely hasn't looked like he did, playing against the Dodgers in the series.
Well, it looks like they're pitching him in relief. Kind of they do an opener and then he goes 4.
So
That's a good thing, but it ain't that good.
Sasaki got a home run off of him today.
Oh, it's just not. I mean, is that how you say his name? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, he did. Oh wait, that's the Marlins, not the Brewers. Sorry, folks. We are not playing the Marlins. Kike Hernandez. Yeah, him and Quintana. He 2 for 5 against Peralta. So, he really, I'm surprised he doesn't have that many at bats against them. Hey, Song scored the winning run twice. At least had to catch that bat, make sure he touched that home plate.
Now,
oops, what did I do?
I was like, why are you not sliding into home plate?
That was a good question. I didn't. He's probably wasn't expecting a throw, but you gotta,
Still.
I know. Yeah, I'm with you. 2 for 14 against the Brewers, so no. And he will be a pinch runner. If he plays much, it'll be very rare. Okay, here we go. Funky Muncie. This is another dude. He had some good at bats against some left-handers. Against the Phillies. He was impressive. Man, he's only he missed a lot of the time. So they didn't even have they didn't have Muncie when they played him. Jeez.
That's why I'm saying this Dodger team is completely different.
Wait, didn't we have a scrub over there? Who
What's happening, Empire Jeff?
The Kevin Biggio from before. Hey, Empire Jeff, what's up? I thought they had a scrub in the infield for a bit. No, I'm not talking about. No, it's definitely not Freeland. He's not a scrub. I thought they had some scrub for a bit that was playing. I can't. There's gonna be a lot of guys getting World Series rings as they win again. You know how it is. So this is who this. This is Max Muncy. So he's got some decent numbers. Not a lot though, surprisingly. Again, well, but he missed a lot of time the last 2 years.
He has.
Just serious time. And for his last year, next year, Miguel Rojas, he's I don't know if you saw his Instagram. He's chasing 1,000 hits, and he's 12
Nice.
away. 12 away. So that he'll get that next year.
So he's focused.
Yeah. And then we'll see what he does. I mean, put it this way. If I know the Angels are going to hire Pujols, they're going to try to. That's the guy they want. And that's all they care. They just, because he's a big name. That's a guy that, man, whoever, probably the Padres next year will go hard after him because they're going to be firing people after next year, you'd think, if they don't do well. Okay, so Miggy Rowe, 302 lifetime against these guys. I'll take it. Even got a home run against one of their relievers, one of their good relievers, too.
Mm-hmm.
See, Alex Call. Heck of a didn't really hit the ball terribly hard, but got on base. That's all we needed. Just get guys on base.
Yeah.
So he's been against these guys. Oh, that's the Phillies. Come on. I think I just grabbed the Twins. There we go. The Brewers. Oh, just 3 for 14 against these guys. Not much. And people are going to laugh and all that, but I'm going to check Michael Conforto because you never know what's up the Dodgers sleeve. That's for sure. Oh, shoot. What did I do? I just went in debug mode. Hold on. Did not want to go into debug mode.
No name. It doesn't look like the Apollo's played yet in the fall league.
Yeah, where's Showtime LA? By the way, Showtime LA is going to join us sometime during the offseason.
Nice.
Oh, man. Conforto, 1 percentage point, man, for being a 200 hitter. Unbelievable. I just still can't believe how bad his season went. I'm just floored. Lifetime against the Brewers, 11 for 38. I mean, that's a 289, 841 OPS, got a couple home runs. I still don't see him in the roster, but you just never know. Teo, no defensive screw ups, please. You just can't have it. Okay, Teo against the Brewers. Oh my gosh, 3 for 27. Oh my goodness, he's decent against Peralta though, so that's good. But man, don't bat him third. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Noah says that the games will be at 5:08 Pacific. Okay, well, there's I'm trying to think if I can get to any of these things. I don't know. Life comes at you fast. And then Andy, last but not least, Andy Pages. I'm going to start calling him Andy Pages again if he doesn't start hitting the ball.
Right.
You know what's nice? He just barely got the bat on the ball, hit that ball like, 65 miles an hour. And that's not even an RBI. That was an error, unearned run, all that stuff. So
broke his bat, though.
Yep. 733. He's good against Quintana. Peralta, nothing. So, but he's going to be there. He'll be in the lineup. Let's see. Mr. Classic. Yeah, this will be it is a big gauntlet. Absolutely. I mean, having to first start in the wild card, which is no Buku. That just wasn't any fun. Well, that wild card actually was fun. Then having to go through the Phillies and now going through the Brewers, and then I'm guessing it's going to be the Blue Jays. But anything can happen.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the pitching too because I spend way too much time thinking about this pitching stuff and looking at the stuff. So we'll pull it up here. I don't want Laureano. You guys are already talking off season. I'm not ready to talk off season yet. We will though. Hopefully it's not for another quite a while.
Yeah.
Dodgers got to let's get that repeat. Let's get the parade. Yeah, we already can see that some guys will be off the roster. Here we go. So now, as people know, I focus a lot on the rest days. So over to the left, and so this is what I think they might. This is my educated guess type thing, and it goes, all right. If I go Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, it allows, these guys get enough rest. Glasnow gets enough rest. Ohtani's is weird. But then Snell can come back game 5. And I think that's a lock because I think he's really the only guy that I would trust on 5 days rest consistently. And then you can go back with Yamamoto on 6 days rest and Glasnow on 5. And he's done 5 before. So, But then you go, do you really want Glasnow to be that guy?
Well, you don't want him to be cramping up again.
Yeah, I know. And then you look at, you go the other way. You go Snell and then go Ohtani, who would have, that would be more like a 10-day rest. Then you can go Yamamoto, so that would be like an 8-day rest. Then Glass, that would be for him an 8-day rest. And then you can go Snell, still back to 5 days. Then you can go Ohtani again for game 6, which I'm starting to like this a little more. And then I got Yamamoto on 5 days rest. The only thing I don't like is Yamamoto on 5 days rest.
Yeah.
But the rest of it I like. I mean,
I'm fine with Yamamoto on 5 days rest.
I mean, it'll only be once.
Yeah.
And if it's a game 7, why not? But either way, one of these two is going to happen, I believe. And either way, it's fine with me, man. I love it. I love having this staff. Doc already said he's not planning any bullpen games because I did have in some previous columns, I had things like, a Sheehan Kershaw type game, but with the rest here, they don't need to do that.
No.
So just go for it. This is the strength of this. You can, and especially these first outings, these guys can, I mean, especially if we do this where Yamamoto's getting 8 days rest, every one of these guys ready to go 7 right now. They could do that. They should. Yeah. They should do that. But I think right now in my head, I'm most comfortable with Snell, just the way I am. And he's got the experience. Ohtani's now got that 1 day. He had his one outing. He really just had the one bad inning, and it's like, what happened? It wasn't even like the main part of the order. It was the bottom.
Yeah.
And then he dominated and ended up getting the win in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So pitching, I love it. I'm gonna pull up real quick just on my own side here. I'm just gonna look on my phone real quick and go over the Brewer. Just go through and I'll verbalize it. What the Brewers did with their starting pitching, or with who got all the innings and stuff like that.
Well, and then you got to take into account, the Dodgers are, going into Milwaukee with 3 days rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brewers are staying home with only 1 day.
Yep, they just don't have to travel, but yeah.
After all the pitchers that they used today.
Right. So I'm expecting the Dodgers to travel super early tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oteo happened that inning. Thanks, Ryan R. That's right. He cost him at least 1 run, probably 2. So game 1 against the Cubbies, they went Peralta. So he went the 5.2 innings, and they had Ashby, Koenig, and Mears as their pitching. But Mears pitched because the game was in hand. Game 2, I think let's see, Brewers. They had an opener with Ashby. The Miz was their main guy, but they went Ashby, Mears, Miz, Patrick, Koenig, McGill, Uribe. McGill's actually, he had him as their opener, but today, but he's actually, one of their main leverage guys.
Mm-hmm.
So and he throws really, really, really hard. So we got Peralta and LeMiz. I just do that because I'm a jerk. And then against the game 3, they went Priester. Again, they went with an opener. Quintana came in, went 3. What was it? Grant Anderson went 2. And then Koenig, Patrick. Their bullpen's fried. I could tell you right now. I mean, they had some serious bullpen usage, which is good.
And that's why, and I may be jumping ahead here. I'm not going to be surprised that the Dodgers take both games in Milwaukee.
Yep. And then you got Peralta went game 4 again, and that was on a shorter rest, which is not going to bode well for him. That could impact him. So that was on when was that? That was Thursday. He'll go game 2, but he only went 4 1/3 or something like that. And they went. Let me see. Let me go through this real quick. Peralta, McGill, Ashby, Patrick. I mean, it seems like they get same guys pitch every flipping game just about.
Mm-hmm.
And then today they went with the opener. Then they went with LeMiz, and McGill, LeMiz went 4. How many pitches did he throw? 54.
I was going to say, I think it was like 50 something.
Yeah, he didn't walk anybody, but he's also maybe they're probably also being careful of his arm. Again, Ashby, man, that inning where he had first and second and no outs, and then struck out not future Dodger Kyle Tucker, and then
right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. And then Uribe, how many pitches did Uribe throw? Every time I see Uribe, I think of my guy, man. Juan Uribe.
Mm-hmm.
I just see that name like, the good old days. I love that dude. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, you're in Vegas? Oh, man. Winning in 4 is almost good as the bye. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah. Dodger bullpen is set and rested bullpen. Yeah. Yeah. And this is the thing about the Brewers. They do make great contact. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, and their manager's really good. That dude is legit good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Norm, I see this one too. I can see the wisdom in Ohtani. It just depends on who do you want to go. Who do you want to go? In that second game in Milwaukee. Maybe they go Ohtani, especially after Yosh was so bad. Maybe Yosh comes home, does his thing there. Richie's going to game 3. Very good. Let's see. Tucker, he does get hurt quite a bit. He's a good player, but I don't think the Dodgers are going to spend that money on that thing right there. Let's see. I don't think Tucker's overrated. I just don't think. Well, depends on who gets paid, But you're worth what someone will give you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and remember, he's the one that he did take that dude gone. LeMiz.
Definitely. And again, this series is gonna be just like the last 2 that they played. The offense needs to step up and hit the ball and score runs and produce runs for their pitchers.
Mr. Classic, why do we need Mr. I mean, no offense, I love Mr. Kershaw, but I don't think if he plays an important role, I will be shocked. I think he is Brent Honeywell.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I think. So Norm's making a really good point, because if he pitches game 2, he's got the day off next. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's interesting. And yeah. Yeah, Glasnow's confident, and we saw, or he heard afterwards, that game the other day, that was a dream come true for him.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to pitch at Dodger Stadium in the playoffs. Hopefully he gets to, win a World Series on that mound. Yeah, I really like if anything, right? And I've said it 100 times. I don't fear any team. I fear all teams. I just baseball. Baseball happens, and the Dodgers could Dodger in the worst way. But if they just get those clutch, just get a couple hits. Don't wait for bases loaded walk on a question, especially on a questionable call to Alex Call, and then have to have a pitcher totally biff it. It turns out that pitcher, that poor guy, Orion, he kind of has the yips. It sounds like towards first base.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to do any of that stuff. The best thing that he could have done was hit the ball back to the pitcher.
Yeah.
John Lester disease or something like that.
And I agree. You know, I saw Max Muncy's interview. You know, and he was like, you know, they were asking him about, are the Dodgers offense, how's the team doing? Are they actually, firing, on all cylinders, blah, blah, blah. And he's like going, no. He's like, we still have yet. He's like, we're almost there, but we're not the team that we are still.
Yeah.
So, when he said that, it kind of just like, because I've always thought, we still haven't seen, the full, how this team can actually really play when they're just like on it.
Yep.
So could this be the series? And if they make it to the World Series, will that be, the time that the team is just firing off and everybody's doing their thing and playing the way that we know that they can play, and that the fans and the city of Los Angeles, kind of expects them to play.
Yeah. Well, and Norm brings it. Playoffs have been really fun. That game last night was so fun to watch. However, MLB app on Apple sucked so bad. Wait, hold on. Where is it?
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Just explicit in the house. So the MLB app for me, once it got past the 14th inning, it started to barf, and so it would go. It would stop, and it kept stopping in the same spot. I'd forward it to the end, take about 10 seconds off, so it wouldn't, reach that end, hopefully. But then after like a minute and a half, it'd roll back again, and it kept doing that. And I'm keeping it on my phone, but I want to watch it on my freaking TV. I didn't pay to watch it on my phone. I pay to watch it on TV. So MLB app, get it together. It's because their graphic went to only 14 innings, and I think it kept barfing on that. Yeah, fools.
I just watch it on regular TV, so
yeah, it's tempting sometimes. I just don't want to deal with cable and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know. Oh, we got Rams in the house. Right on for Dodgers explicit. Right on. Let's see. This is not any way legacy defining postseason for Ohtani. Well, as a postseason player, I think you start to get reputations, and Kershaw's never went away. He had some good ones, and then the Dodgers would abuse him or use him wrong, or like we found out, he wore one for the team. And so Kershaw ain't Kershaw. What we saw against the Phillies, even that first inning was shakier than heck. He barely got out of it. He got a little luck, and then it's playoff baseball. These guys are all better. They're just better hitters. Everyone's more focused. So his stuff's not going to play. He's 37 years old. His stuff isn't the greatest. And if he's needed, great. Hopefully he does well, because we only want him to do well.
Jeez.
See that. Well, this is the legacy.
I don't disagree with this.
The legacy gets defined by the fans. The legacy does get defined by what you see on TikTok and Instagram and X, like it or not. That is the way it is. And then because guess what? the press of the world will go, oh, this will give me clickbait. This is clickbait. I can get more clicks for this. So that's what they'll do. They'll go, oh, we can get more clicks by being negative about these guys. So the best thing for Shohei, just dominate this World Series, dominate the NLCS, dominate the World Series, and in your legacy, no matter what you do after that, forever and ever. Just get one. All you got to do, just get a World Series MVP. I mean, Corey Seager before 2020 did not have the best of 2017s.
Nope.
And even a lot of his postseason wasn't very good.
And
What
what
was
was
a little bit here and there?
And what was everybody saying?
Yeah.
Get rid of him, trade him, send him back down.
And
Get rid
now,
of Seager.
yep. Now, he's got two of them.
Yeah.
And now people go, oh, Corey Seager, that's a postseason guy.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's what you do. You earn it. I mean, Mookie Betts, after game 3 or last year against the Padres, all of a sudden became a postseason player. He didn't have the best of postseason. He had some good moments in the 2020 playoffs, some nice catches, some key home runs, and but still, overall, his statistics weren't very good. But the dude last year was the MVP of the playoffs. So, yeah, to be fair, I'll give you that. But so the Phillies thing really hurt him because he looked so bad. Noah Ortega, your shirt. Okay. The only guy that'll know what shirt this
Jake the Snake.
No, not Don the Snake. Come on, man.
Yep.
This is from way back in the day. But I wanted to wear it because it's the Snake. So the Snake is a guy named Don Perdome.
Mm-hmm.
There was these great things, and they're still out there called Hot Wheels. And they made these Hot Wheel of these funny cars, the Snake and Mongoose. They were real. That was the best part. They were real. My first hero is the Snake. He's still alive. Snake is alive and kicking and striking at about 84 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Biggest complaint about MLB bend the knee to the networks. I don't like bending knee to any of these stinking things. You don't bend your knee to any other sport. You go up against them. Just if you want to watch a regular season game over playoff baseball, that's your prerogative. Let it rip. Because I'd rather just go, hey, let's keep baseball in prime time as much as we can. I actually don't care if there's two games that are going on at the same time. Let people make a call. But I guess what they're doing. But if you have prime time, more people will watch in general.
Yeah.
And now you can have, on some of these apps, you can watch two things at once. Yeah. Well, if anyone could go and get the best chance of anyone to get a World Series MVP is Shohei Ohtani, because he could do it either on the mound or in the batter's box. He has the best odds of getting an MVP. Just go get one. It's up to him. Go get one. Take good at bats, and all of a sudden, you've got yourself your World Series MVP, and you've got the legend of legends of legends.
That's why I keep saying it. Ohtani's got to show up this series.
Has to. Mr. Classic thinks the Mariners are going to beat the Blue Jays. That's interesting. I don't know. Their pitching's probably pretty beat up a little bit. But, yeah. That was a heck of a game, though. I mean, Luis Castillo coming in, the 14th inning? What's that guy's name? Bazardo? Or what? Good Lord.
Dude, that was a crazy game.
Jeez, such
crazy.
Amazing effort. Jack Flaherty doing his best Mark Fidrich impression, talking to himself out there on the mound.
Yeah.
Getting all hyped up. I didn't want him to fail. And so I'm glad he did well. But another former Dodger gave it up. Tommy Kahnle. That's he has not had the best of postseasons.
No.
So 2022, Dodgers have a 3-0 lead. And Tommy Kahnle goes on the mound. It was his first time pitching back-to-back since being hurt, which he shouldn't have been out there. But he gave up like a hit, a walk, 3 hits, and all 3 of those Padres scored. And then in 2024, He was the one that got the bases loaded when the Dodgers were down 6-5.
Yeah.
Then what's his name? The skinny little dude, looks like he's 12. Came in and gave up 2 sac flies. One to Gavin Lux and one to Dookie Butts. And then this year. So he's had 3 of the last 5 years. He's been kind of a real losing type pitcher and those things. Let's see. Hey, Big Daddy, you know it. Big Daddy Don Garlitz. I was actually at his museum a month and a half ago. Really cool. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, they're the monster. So what? I don't know. I just think you do it, man. I just think you got to play it.
Yeah.
Go hard. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of people that are kind of tired of the NFL. You know, whether you like it or not, there's a lot of people not happy with the, you know, like the halftime show, and there's plenty of people out there always looking to go, I'm gonna boycott. I'm not a boycotter, but I also think it's kind of silly to have, you know, Bad Bunny. And again, if it was me running the show, it'd be probably Metallica every year. So that's why, or System of a Down, which would just piss off everybody, or Slayer. Yeah. Slayer is really the band we need for halftime. Just everyone would be scared. Let's see. I don't know, it's weird how Kane Lee pitched, like he threw like 61 changeups in a row last year. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
He was mixing it up a little more, fastball and changeup. He's a good pitcher, just man, not the right time. Not the right time.
And I agree with Mr. Classic. This postseason is way more competitive than 2024, and it's just more entertaining. You have good close games. You have good solid pitching. That's going up against one another. You have some hitters that can put the ball out of the ballpark. You got a team in the Brewers that have never, gone past, got very far in the playoffs, are always getting eliminated and not
one
gone
World
into the
Series.
World. Yeah,
1982.
Yeah, and you got a Toronto team that's playing pretty well.
Mhm.
And then you got a Mariners team, with the Pacific Northwest, that's playing pretty well, and they're very competitive. And then you got the defending nationals, I was gonna say defending national championship, but defending World Series team that's in there that everybody expects to win. And the Dodger fans and everybody in the chat, we do expect them to win because on paper, how could you beat them? It's going to be that the Dodgers are going to beat themselves if they don't go past this series.
I'm gonna throw some names at you. These are some players that played against the Brewers. Let's see. Estuary, Ruiz, Michael Conforto, James Outman, Dalton Rushing, of course, Lou Trevino, Kirby Yates. Let's see. That was one of them. Look at this next one, because I thought there was some scrub they had. I mean, maybe it was Ruiz. Yeah, Trevino threw at least 2 of these games, and he had a couple moments with the Dodgers, but that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Outman played a lot. Miggy wrote third, so missing Pages batting cleanup. No Teo in some of those games. So I mean, yep, 6-0. You got Brewers. You just keep thinking that. That's all I want you to do. I want you to keep thinking about that. Yeah, the Brewers did get to Sheehan. Ooh. They got to Benny Caps too. This was I bet it's July 19th, but that was when Benny Caps started to really poo his, get not so good. Trevino. Let's see here.
Yeah, and Robo wasn't, he was still figuring things out.
Yep.
And when they sent him back down and he went back down to Oklahoma, I mean, They work some magic there in Oklahoma, man. They can figure these pitchers out and get them on track
Mhm.
once again.
Yep. Sometimes it's just one little thing, and if they hopefully they found it with Benny Caps.
Hmm.
So, Julian Fernandez pitched in one of those games.
Wow.
I think that was his one game. So it's a new season, folks. Oh yeah, no joke, Tony. Yeah, they love so even though I like the guys I've met a couple times, John Heyman, right? I think he's a nice guy. Boy, that guy cannot hide his New York. He
Yeah.
loves him some New York. It's just like, but then again, he does write for the New York Post, so it makes sense.
Hmm.
Let's see. They win 4 World Series this year. Well, we got 2 more to go.
Yeah.
It is really hard to win this season. Yeah, this has been the weirdest. Another again, every year's weird. Having Mookie Betts get sick and hit, and have by what late July have an OPS of under 700, more closer to low 600s,
Hmm.
and then having the bullpen actually crap their pants collectively. And then at the beginning of the season they didn't have any starters. They were down really quick in starters. Let's see. Yeah, it's Arson Judge, just the greatest tweet of all time. Right up there when Trump talked about Kofefe or whatever that was. That was such a classic. Pat Murray even stated that none of those wins came against a healthy and full Dodger roster. Yeah, it wasn't close. 4 World Series in a decade. Well, I guarantee the Yankees did it at some point. The Dodgers had 3 was it 3 in the 60s? No. It was 2. They had one in 63 and 65. They lost in 66. And they won in 59 and 55. Okay. The Yankees had 3 in the 90s. 96, 98, 99, but then they also won in 200 or 2000, and they were like super close to winning it in 2001 also.
Hmm.
They would have had 4 in a row. That team, I tell you, man, they knew how to freaking make contact.
Oh yeah.
Ball.
I'd say Noah Ortega, and he's like, anybody noticed that Trey always looked angry, like he wanted to kill us? I'd say he looked angry because he was like, why did I sign with the Phillies? I should have just stayed with the Dodgers.
The guy wanted to be on that East Coast.
I
And
know.
of course, is if people have seen, David Vassegh returns for his the scene of the crime, the broken wrist. That was insane. I still never forget, man. Just watch. I tell you, Joe Davis and Nomar losing it. Talking about what happened. Man.
You know what I wish would have happened this year in the wild card is I wish the team would have put up the outline of Gavin Lux up against the wall one last time for him.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah.
That would have been absolutely cool. Now, they were saying it was in 2018 that Vassegh. I don't think it was that. I thought it was later than that. I thought it was already in this house.
When he broke his arm?
Yeah.
No, that was
like
what?
2022 or something. Yeah, it was 2022. Someone said
Yeah.
2018.
No.
Yeah, 2022. Because I remember I was on my elliptical in my room down there, and just listening to Nomar and Joe Davis, man, they just couldn't help it. Because first of all, Vassegh makes himself kind of the target.
Yeah.
He's very good at that. I will say this though, one-on-one, I really like David Vassegh. I think he's a great dude. He is he's like the ultimate us. He is a Dodger fan. He's always been a Dodger fan. He doesn't hide it. And now look what he gets to do. He gets to be in the middle of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And props to what Roger. Roger's been in a couple celebrations. D-Mac's been in celebrations. I think Clint's got some good access. Hopefully we're next someday. We'll see. Probably Pete will get in there before us. I think they like Pete more than us. Let's see who else got in there. I don't know, but yeah, it's good to see some of the podcasts. Like Dave is like, he would have been us. He would have, if they would have had podcasting when he started, he would have been there. But you know, yeah, not everyone's DV fan. I mean, he does. He gets a little frustrated sometimes listening to some of these dudes on the radio. I know. I would just go, I am not taking Manny from wherever that is and listening to that guy. The payroll is much bigger than the Brewers. Yeah, well, they could sell their team. I don't have a problem with that.
Payroll doesn't matter.
All I know is we had Frank McCourt. And well, we had Fox, who traded our franchise player. Got some good guys in return, but it still wasn't worth it. Piazza should have been a Dodger for life.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get sold to this idiot. They hire freaking baseball guy to run the team, who promptly lets Adrian Beltre go and trades Sean Green and gets back JD Drew, Mr. Personality, and then even more Mr. Personality, Jeff Kent. Boo. Did not want those guys.
Yeah.
It made it a team that wasn't fun. Then in the middle of 2024 season, he also, or 2004, geez, had that big trade where he traded Paul LaDuca. And then it was like, gosh, man, you're just kind of ripping the soul out of this team. Now we find out, of course, LaDuca might have been providing some extra enhancements, but let's see. If Dodgers win back-to-back World Series, is it better than the Giants even World Series? I don't know. That's there. I will. So I hate the Giants. Let's be honest. I'm not going to denigrate their World Series. They did quite well. I don't know. They're both really good. I would love to, I'd rather put it this way. I'd rather have 3 than 2. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we have 2020 people. So of course everyone denigrates that now. Of course they didn't when their team was in it and they were having parades to celebrate. And put it this way. If you were watching Major League Baseball, just shut up about it. Just shut up about 2020. If you're watching and rooting, your team would have loved your team to win.
Exactly.
So, yeah, leave it alone. Let's see. Man, the chat's been on fire. We have a really good show tonight. 321 views is really good. Thank you everyone for that. We appreciate it. I know it's that time of the year. It is playoff time. And then after that, it's going to be World Series time. And then after that, hopefully parade time.
Yeah.
And then it gets really hot with the off season.
Then it's going to get interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kevin Malone, man, that guy came in. What do you call him? I'm the cowboy or I'm the sheriff or something like that. Just didn't do it. I like Dan Evans. I thought Dan Evans got screwed. DePodesta was terrible. You notice no one's hired him since, except the Browns did. They hired him for something. Oh,
that's a good question.
Yeah, you said I just don't consider Smith a supporting player, but I can see why he's considered a supporting player.
I'm going to say Edman or Pages.
Yeah. Well, we know Tommy Tanks has a history.
Yeah.
But I think Pages, man, that guy just starts hitting the ball, and all of a sudden that 8 spot becomes hot.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that.
That's what I'm going to go with. Edman or Pages.
Yep. those are good ones. I will always go with number 8, formerly number 14, Mr.
Yeah.
Kike Hernandez. Or is he really a support player when it comes to the playoffs? Oh man. So
Well,
no, we're still getting
he's a starter in October.
yeah,
He's
he
a
is.
support player in the regular season.
Yeah. And barely that.
Yeah.
203.
Yeah.
Still got the calling for Rortvet. I think that's done. I think they're going to go with Smith. The only way they won't go with Smith is if, well, put it this way: if I'll never forget 2020. After that game 4, the Dodgers had the balls to yank Smith out of the lineup and put Austin Barnes behind home plate because they needed a guy that they could count on to catch the freaking ball. And then they did. That's what they did. And Austin Barnes was amazing and destroyed the Rays. Blake Snell broke his heart. So that
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Blake Snell got him cut. No, just kidding. Is there a way to say what the record for the Dodgers supposed to be when Kike gets on base? Well, I will go to Gemini. I'm gonna go. What is the Dodgers postseason record when Kike? Please give me my accent. There you go. Hernandez gets on base. Let's see. Or Gemini. Gemini's pretty good. It didn't really have. I'm just gonna pull this up because I think it's kind of interesting. Let's go with this window, I guess. Career postseason slash line 282, 356, 524, 880. Those are just different things. Dodgers were outscoring their opponents 30-7 in games where Hernandez started in a recent postseason.
Wow.
Hey. It does, however, it doesn't have the specific one loss. So
Yeah.
no, Gemini's your friend, folks. I like that. I do use Grok a bit, but I can get to Gemini easy from the command line, and that's why I just go right to that. AI is pretty cool, folks. Just don't let it take over your brain. They'll get you. You know
Exactly.
them. Let's see. Let's see. The only way to even try and neutralize these contenders is help our starters. Well, I see where you're going with that, Mr. Classic. I do see that. Let's see. Yep. I get it. I'm Norm writes pitch calling and blocking pitch in front of him are not Smith's strengths, so I completely understand the argument for Rortvet. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is how I would do it. I have 4 really, really good veteran pitchers. I'm asking them, who do you want to catch? That's what I'm doing. You know, it's go time. If they want Smith, pick Smith. If you want Rortvet, pick Rortvet. If you want rushing, pick rushing. But that's what I would do. I wouldn't let Sheehan pick his.
I really do not understand the fascination of just he can block pitches. That's all he can do.
He calls a good game. It sounds like too. But
Well, I mean, he's looking out at in the dugout, to get advice, and to see, I don't mind the kid, I'm just not buying the hype on him is all. I think it's the new shiny object that, that's flashing out there. And yeah, I'd rather have Will Smith out there because he can catch a good game. He can call a really good game, and he can hit the ball, and I'd much rather have Dalton rushing because he can hit the ball and he's got a way stronger arm. he doesn't hit his pitcher when he throws the ball down to second base.
But Dalton was really bad back there blocking the ball. I mean,
Yeah,
the wild pitches went up, and you just can't have that.
Right.
Yeah, Dalton. I don't think Dalton's ready for prime time. And when I mean prime time, I don't mean regular season. I think regular season, I'm fine with them. Postseason, not yet. He'll get there though. If anyone can do it,
oh, he'll definitely be there. I just, I'm Will Smith all the way. If the guy's healthy, and you need his bat.
if he's
you-
healthy.
You need his arm. How many people did he throw out this year?
Yeah, he was really good. His arm, it's something. Well, I think his arm is a little compromised because of his hand.
Yoshinobu would have had a no-hitter no matter who was behind the plate. He was on.
Maybe even gets a no-hitter if Will's back there.
Yeah.
Because that pitch, man.
It wasn't because of Will Smith because he lost 3 games. It was because the offense didn't produce any runs. Because there's a perfectly good stat out there that Yoshinobu Yamamoto went through, what was it, 8 or 9 starts, and out of all those games, the offense scored 3 runs.
Yep. Well, and also, I mean, then you got to go, well, who started game 4? It was Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like I said, I would just chicken out and say, hey, pitcher, who do you want? And if they say, I don't care, then I think you have to default to Smith.
That's a good one, Richard. I like that.
I do know one person who will be there, and that's Richard Flores.
Exactly. I'm just, like I said, I'm not buying the hype on it.
I don't think it's hype. I just think it's a combination of what are the strengths and weaknesses and what are you looking for.
No, but you have all these fans or, trade Dalton Rushing next year. He needs to go, bring in Rortvet. This is the 3rd team that, that he's been on.
Yeah.
In his career.
So
and he always
gets. I think it was Yankees, Twins, Rays, and now Dodgers. Yeah. So he's been around. Yeah, Rortvet is I think he's a guy you want around in your organization and on your roster when you can. But Will Smith is, when he's healthy, he's one of the best catchers in baseball. Did you see yesterday that Cal Raleigh had his first pass ball the whole year?
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it way more during the offseason. What do you do with Dalton Rushing? Do they make him an outfielder? What are they going to do with him? Because I still believe in it, especially believe in his bat or defense. And putting it this way, you could, if Dalton Rushing could play, say 80 games in the outfield, and then play 40 games behind the plate, and also be, and be that 3rd string catcher, because Dalton would be an outfielder. You could keep still Will and Benny. You could have the Will and Benny show with Rushing getting some of those starts, keeping Smith off his feet. Man, that's the best of both worlds. But I just don't know what they're going to do with Dalton Rushing, because he's not going to be the catcher next year. It's still going to be Will unless he gets hurt.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I don't see Rushing coming in for probably about another 3 or 4 years. But but I still hope to see, the Dodgers, give Will Smith time off the way that they did this year. It helped out his bat. It helped out his health, quite a bit.
It did.
You can't, discard him, because he's not putting his hand behind, his back or whatever, and he gets hit by a pitch. You could still put Rushing in, to give him more experience, to get him more playing time, to get his bat, seasoned up. There's just, to me, just go read my article on Dalton Rushing.
You could use him to spell Freddie some more.
Yeah.
Freddie's 36.
Mm-hmm.
Next year's his age 36 season. That's pretty big. No name, you couldn't have said it more.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
The only thing I disagree with Norm, is all the stuff that I see, and hear on other podcasts, trade rushing, Rort vet, that just bugs
Well,
me, and
if you trade rushing, you don't have a young catcher that's worth their salt.
catchers.
Yeah, they've all faded
Yeah,
except rushing.
we don't have any catchers in the minor leagues. They're not that good.
Yeah. I think this is a good question here. I wouldn't have a problem with that. So what if they rest? Yeah, and the thing is, okay, let's say the Dodgers go 81 and 81 in terms of who's starting. Okay, Will Smith starts, takes the next day off, rushing starts. Smith rushing. And there's still you have a good bat available to pinch hit or they could switch off. Whatever. They have all sorts of options if they do that. Or if they can find another position for one of them and still play catcher. Because I don't like the idea of going, oh, we're gonna put rushing, in the outfield full time. I just don't see I don't know. I can see it part time. And then you defensive replace him. Then he plays a lot at catcher. I don't know about Smith. I mean, I still think both of them could have been good third basemen. But that's not how that ship has sailed. So I all I can say is I wish it would have happened. Yeah.
I don't want to see rushing in the outfield. I'd want to see him giving Freddie Freeman relief and giving Will Smith relief.
Yeah. I mean, with Freddie, that's about 5 games. That's the problem.
Well, because they don't push it.
Yeah. Well, Freddie's chasing 3,000. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is the issue. And I think so. Freddie has only 2 more years after this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens with that. Maybe he goes back to the Atlanta Braves or something like that. That'd be hilarious. No, I want to see Freddie get 3,000 hits.
Oh, definitely.
But I also want to make sure, and if he's still good in 2 years, okay, you can go 1 year at a time with him. But I don't know how many hits does he have now?
I see them extending them. Like I see the Dodgers organization doing, the Kershaw thing with Freeman.
Yeah, as long as he wants to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, he's at 24-31. That's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's 3 full seasons, and he only had 164 this year. So that if he goes at that pace, that's 4 seasons of full-time baseball, and he's 36, man. But he's also a big man,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no DH
With a screwed up ankle.
Yeah. And he just big fellas have problems after a while. I mean, really this is purely more of an objective thing. Forgetting about how much we love Freddie, and he's a legend, and he's hopefully goes in as a Dodger in the Hall of Fame. But his best move is to go to another team and be the DH.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like right now, or if yeah, that would be the best thing for him. But that's just being purely objective in the chase of 3,000 hits. I think getting a couple more World Series helps his Hall of Fame probably as much or more than 3,000 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's been so good for so long. Yeah. So I hope he gets 3,000 hits. I hope it's with the Dodgers, but I also hope Dalton Rushing gets an opportunity to actually have a career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I mean, we saw him. He started to really hit at the end of the year. You know? And it kind of sucked for him that he got hurt right after Smith got hurt.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was just, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That was brutal. Well, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Rushing us to make a jump in his hitting. And I think he will. I think he did all right. He had some moments. He had that one big home run against the Padres. But I don't think he's afraid of the moment. I think and I also one other thing for him, because I think he has a real good eye. I think the that thing will help him, the ABS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though there's a few last year where I think he was maybe not used to major league pitching a little bit in terms of that command, and he wasn't getting those calls that he probably got in the minor leagues. Yeah, this is the big issue. He's got to get playing time. He's got to get, but that I'm sure the Dodgers have a plan. And to be honest, if they don't have a plan, they will trade him. That's just being honest.
Yeah.
But I think they have a plan for him, or they would have traded him last year for Crochet.
Yep.
Right. I mean, that's all I can think of. It's like they like him a lot, and I want some guys. I want some of our guys, man. And some of the prospects to be able to stay on the Dodgers. I don't want to be like the Padres and going, oh my gosh, we're going to trade 15 of our top 30 in one day. Man, I mean, so if you're a Padre fan down here, right? You go to Lake Elsinore to go watch your Storm. Great hat, by the way.
Yes.
Those players you're never going to see in San Diego. That's just the way it is. You're just never going to see them in San Diego.
No.
Or you get maybe a relief pitcher or something like that. Maybe that Ethan Salas, no relation, I'm assuming.
No relation.
Bummer. Yeah.
Wow.
Right on, man. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. I mean, the Dodgers are loaded with outfielders in the minors. That's why. I mean, there's many. I have never been on the Kyle Tucker bandwagon. Not that I don't think he's a good ball player. I just don't think the Dodgers give that much money to somebody that none of us would notice as we walk down the street.
Mm-hmm.
You walk down the street and you see Mookie Betts, you can go, oh, that's Mookie Betts. That's Freddie Freeman. That's Shohei Ohtani. That's who they give the big money to. Is those guys. Because they want the star power also.
Oh, yeah.
Teo gets big money. I mean, first of all, he was super freaking clutch last year, and he's had his moments already this year. But also, he's got some flash to him. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, man, there's just vibes all over that dude. If he didn't have some type of cool vibe and all that stuff, they probably wouldn't give it to him. Blake Snell, man, that guy's got it all over himself, man. He's a character, man.
He is a character.
I like that. Yeah, and he's a little bit more mature as a character. Yeah, let's just lay that out. So I've been doing a lot of shorts lately, and my biggest one right now is the one where I am happy that the Padres kept AJ Preller. I just think it's a disaster. I think he's really good at spotting talent, and if he became available, I'd want the Dodgers to pick him up in the organization. But I don't think he knows how to put together a team.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do we prevent them from winning it, we won it. That's even better. Who's the starting pitcher Monday? Well, who do you think is going to be the starting pitcher on Monday? Who do you think they go with? Mike?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking Craig.
No.
I think Snell. Snell's going to go.
Yeah, I think me too. I can root for DeVries now. Yeah, he's with the A's. Padres bringing back Schilt. I think that's fine. Until they have some real leadership in the field, it doesn't matter who their manager is. You could have Dave Roberts, who is the ultimate front face of the franchise type manager, and it doesn't matter if you don't have some of the characters that and not characters in like Kike, who's also a good character, high character dude, but they had Justin Turner, they've had Mookie Betts, they've had Freddie Freeman, they've had Shohei, they've had the Austin Barnes, they have Miggy Rowe, they've had all sorts of leaders on the team. Let's see. Hey, Ricky Sports fan. Hey, nice to see you out here. Part of all the, I'm guessing that says all these stupid Brewers fans saying they're scared of the Dodgers. Well, they'll find out. I mean, we'll see. They got to play. Welcome aboard, Ricky.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think if they keep AJ Preller, you will be a prophet. Let's see. The universe with the Padre have Tatis, Maldonado, James Wood, CJ Abrams, Jackson Merrill. Yeah, even with this, you go, who's the leader? Because they had opportunities. I've said it a million times. They could have signed when the Dodgers signed Albert Pujols. There's no reason the Padres couldn't have signed him. When Justin Turner left the Dodgers after 2022, there's no reason the Padres couldn't have signed him. They would I think that could have changed the trajectory of that franchise of getting one of those guys. But instead, they have Manny.
Right.
I haven't heard all the impact of Zaidi has had on the organization since he returned. I'm good. I don't think Farhan is looking for any. He's not a guy that toots his own horn. I mean, I like having another big brain on the team. Like I said, if Preller was gone from the Padres, I'd love to pick him up. You just find a place for talented people, but you put them in a position that they belong in. And Farhan is really good at, remember, he's the one that traded for Chris Taylor. He's the one that brought in Max Muncy. Those are two epic pickups. Let's see. Jackson Merrill's overrated. I'm going to hold back on that one.
Yeah.
Guy's 22, man. Not too bad. And he's playing out of position. He plays a nice center field. I don't see why they don't just put him at short and just go put Bogarts at second. And then you sign either Alonso or Schwarber. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they keep Bogarts at short. That'd be great. Have an OPS guy of 700 at first base like Arias and all that's great. World SC, the Dodgers Mariners World Series. That's what I want for sure.
I'd love to see that.
Yep. Like I said, I got a friend who's also named Rick, up in Seattle. So maybe we'll go hang out. I don't know. I want Jurickson Profar to be traded back to the Padres because he fits in so perfectly with Manny and Tatis. He fit just so perfect. Yeah, did you see that, Mike? The Machado versus Judge answering question to reporters.
Nah.
He Machado just kind of being. I don't think he was that bad of a jerk, but he just should have said no comment.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of interviewing guys after they've lost. I really don't. We can talk about it in a couple of days. I don't need the quote to go, gosh, I hate that we lost. Let's see. When are you going to see Snell with enough sleep, I bet. Well, he is a dad now, and he's still got to play some video games.
He needs that stuff you can put underneath your eyes to get rid of the bagginess.
Yep. Yeah, I don't care, man. Go out there and deal. See, this is it. This is where it's at. Ohtani boy. I think Freeman picks the right pieces that fit. Preller seems to just throw random pieces together thinking it will work. I think that's true. I think that's very true. I think with Freeman hasn't been perfect, but in general, he's done a great job. Preller is given the budget constraints and things like that, I think he's done a decent enough job of finding talent. But man, they've put their trust in that guy quite a few times, and he still hasn't delivered. I think if he got to the World Series, they don't have to win the World Series, and I think he's a legend there. No, I saw that link. I would throw it up, and people can throw it up if you can on your own. But whenever I throw it up, we don't hear anything, and then I lose my volume trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the Padres are cursed. I think they have Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis, and I think Machado thinks he's a leader, and he's not. And I think Tatis, and we talked about it a couple of days ago, but I also put a tweet. The dude has prime Trout level talent, but I don't think I don't know if is he not coachable, or does he care? These are questions I don't know the answer to, but something like that is part of the problem. Or maybe he's not that smart. Sometimes you got some of the best athletes and they're dumb. They're just not that sharp. But he doesn't seem to be dumb. But there's baseball dumb too. I don't know.
I think it's just all attitude. Is
I do
all.
too.
You know,
Yeah.
they just got this weird attitude, you know, being on that team, and they've built that culture, the two of them, you know. Just look at the comment of what did they say to Miller when he came in there? You know, you got to hate the Dodgers, you know, or something like that. I can't remember the comment, you know, that was there. That's the attitude in our clubhouse. And it's just like, you know, you can't have an attitude. You got to have a winning attitude, a professional attitude, you know, a team attitude. It's something that brings synergy inside of that locker room that's going to bring everybody together. So I don't think they're cursed. I just think they just have a bad attitude, and I agree. You know, I don't think I think Preller he just throws pieces in there and hopes that that the pieces will fit into the open squares that are there, and you know some of them have, and a large majority of them haven't. So
Yeah. Well, and it fits the way their fan base.
mhm.
The loudest thing that they say is beat LA. What about just root for your team?
Yeah,
I mean, talk about your team. Go Padres, go SD, whatever. But these beat LA things, that's poverty, man. That's poverty fans. It's a poverty chant. It's just it's not a winning thing.
I don't even look at them as a rival. I mean, you can't even like they've had like a few years to where they've been playing tough with one another. You know, Dodgers Yankees were the first two teams to come over into the West Coast. They've been
Giant.
rivals ever since then.
Yeah.
You can't that's a rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's long lasting and
Mhm.
and it's respectful in some ways. I mean, of course, a few people have messed that up a little bit or quite a bit, but those are the exceptions. I think you see the respect. I'll take for example in 2019, Kershaw's on the mound. Like one of the last days, the last day he's going to pitch on the mound with Bruce Bochy in the other dugout. The respect that they showed each other,
Mhm.
even old snot rocket Bumgarner showing the respect versus putting stupid things on your board with Kershaw crying and all that type of stuff. It's just Bush League. And sometimes you see stuff the Dodgers do. Get the freaking teenagers off your social media and off running your board. I mean, my goodness, they're just so. It's just pitiful. Get those little turds out of there and have them quit designing uniforms. These weird uniforms that they do for what are they, Citibank or City Collect or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Connect. Let's see. Oh man. AJ Preller, my favorite GM. Oh yeah. That was another that was another hype thing of Jack Little was out there to go drill Fernando Tatis. The strategy for Tatis is you do need to pitch him up and in. He's leaning up on that plate, and you need to keep him off the plate, and that's just the way it is. Let's see. Yeah, you got to win something before you really make it a rivalry.
Exactly.
Beating us in one playoff series isn't it?
That
was a good thing for them.
You don't come from beating up on each other from the East Coast and travel together in the West and still beating each other up.
Yeah.
It's
a long history. That's, but that's part of that's baseball. And hey, it's actually very good for the Padres and Dodgers to have a rivalry. And
so what do we got? Do we got game 1, game 2, or sweep in Milwaukee?
Oh, I never can say the Dodgers will lose. We're going to sweep it all. I just can't. What do you get? Be more objective than me. I can't be sometimes.
I think they go one out of 2, but I won't be surprised if they sweep. The first, if they take the first 2 games. I don't want to say sweep. Get the first 2 games.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about this for a sec because Ricky, I'm in San Diego, and I was here when the Clippers were here. Then they left, and after the 83-84 season, I was rooting for the Chargers. Became a big Chargers, Phillip Rivers fan, all that type of stuff. They never could line it up. It was always something that would keep them out of that team they had in 2006, where LT was the man, Schottenheimer was the coach, and then they Schottenheimered in the playoffs. They've never won anything. The Clippers have never won. The Clippers were they thought they had these championships were all set up, man. And they still couldn't win. Same with the Padres. It's just San Diego. Something about us, man. You're in San Diego? Traitor. I don't know about that, man. It's beautiful weather down here, my man. That's all I can tell you. And we got the best Mexican food. I can tell you that right now. Now, I love living down here. Been here since 83. But never, ever, ever switched to being a Padres fan. Now, I will admit, in the 98 playoffs, I rooted for them. Dodgers weren't in it. I just rooted for them. Loved the players that they had. Ken Caminiti, T. Gwynn, guys like that. They were fun to watch. It was a great team. But soon, as soon as the season started the next year, gone. You guys are out. But I would, and if the Padres had a team that was likable and the Dodgers weren't in it and the Padres were in it, I would root for them. There's plenty of Padre fans that deserve this, but they ain't gonna get it. No, Ortega, you know where it's at. It's been about a month, and I'm craving the Autobata. That's for sure. No, you've been to TJ Tacos, I'm assuming. Nice. Mr. Classic, that's part of baseball. Dodgers have injuries. They had a ton of injuries last year. They lost. They didn't have Glasnow for the playoffs. They're Kershaw. They didn't have anybody. Yeah. Yeah. It's a desperation thing to keep doing that. They remind me of the team formerly known as the Redskins, and I'm going to say it because that was their team name. The Redskins had George Allen as their guy, and George every year traded like their top 5 draft picks, and they did that for quite a few years until they fired him after the 76 or 77 season. They put Joe Gibbs in charge. And Joe Gibbs knew how to put together an organization and ended up winning 3 Super Bowls in the 80s. But that's true leadership. It's going, no, we're going to hold on to our picks. We're going to build, and then you go. Part of this was because Peter Seidler was dying. So I first heard that he was dying in 2022. So that's why they kept doing what they were doing. So that's just part of that. And that guy was a great owner, but now they're in a mess. Yeah. Oh, you went to Cal State San Marcos? Nice. Nice. Just down the street from me, my man. About 5 miles. I'm in Escondido. Yeah. All right, man. Anything else? We had a long one here.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I think that either Dodgers take game 1 and lose game 2, or they take the first 2 games and come into Dodger Stadium.
I'm going to make a suggestion. What do you think, Mike? I think Richard Flores, Richie from DeVore, go to church tomorrow, Richie.
Yes.
Everyone go to church tomorrow. Come on. Mike and I are going to be at church. Not the
Yep.
same one, though. That'd be quite a drive for either one of us. But yeah, go to church tomorrow, folks. It's Sunday. I don't plan on doing tomorrow. Oh, everyone, I do have a chance. I have a VIP thing set up tomorrow from a friend of mine. Get to hang out with Adrian Gonzalez.
Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully we can. That'd be really cool to have him on the show.
Yes.
He's also a Christian, so maybe we could get that going or
Heck
work
yeah.
with. I don't know if you saw it. Roger had Trinan. It was very Christian based.
Yeah, I saw it.
So we've talked about that, trying to work something out so we can get some stuff going. Noah, that's nothing, dude. I've been doing this since 1983, man. 1983. God is a Dodger. God is a Dodger man. That's why the sky is blue. Amen.
Right there.
That's right, man. All right, Ohtani boy, be at church. Yeah, go to church, folks. If you want to talk about that every once in a while, hit me up, Dodgers2080@gmail.com. If you want to talk anything about that stuff, be happy to talk about you, direct you to a church somewhere in this country. We'll find you wherever you may be. Gonzo has a pizza place. Yeah, pizza place in LA. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I can at least get to know him. I've been wanting to meet him for years. Actually, we met him a long time ago at church. Not really met him, but my son got a picture with him. Gosh, if I need to get if I could get that thing printed out tomorrow, maybe I get it signed.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah, it was literally like after the 2010 season, right after he got traded to the Red Sox. Yeah. Is it good? Is the pizza good, Mr. Classic? Have you been? That's most importantly. Is it good? Not like LeBron's pizza place, is it? Yeah. Oh.
All right.
All right. Yep. It's funny how college don't become. Yeah. Padre fans have a lot of newbies. But the things of my Padre friends, man, they're long suffering. Kirschanity. I don't know. I don't think Kirsch would appreciate that. Come on, Noah. That's pretty funny though. All right. Well, cool, folks. Well, everyone, thank you so much. We got well over 500 views.
It's awesome.
That's really good. As people could tell, we're trying to be more consistent. It'll be a little rough for me. This is a rough week. Next weekend I got the drag strip. I'm doing the chaplain stuff all weekend, including taking my dad down the drag strip.
Awesome.
Friday. I can't wait. So, all right, folks. Anything else? All right. Cool.
I'm good.
Well, thanks so much, everyone. As always, God bless.